Trenton Thunder fans, Travis Alonix here, joined by Trenton Thunder manager Shawn Chacon. Post-game, after the Thunder completed a little two-game sweep over to State College Spikes out there in State College. Two big wins, ending the four-game skate last night with 3-1 win. Tonight, nice 9-5 win. Get back into win column after first time talking with you, Shawn, after at home, got swept by the Keys when you guys bounced back, ended the skate, like I said, got these wins, and heading back home now in this 13-game stretch. Heading back home to Trenton. Thanks for hopping on here. Opening thoughts?
Yeah, man. Good to be back. It's been a while. It's been a long, rough while since we talked. But, yeah, man, some positive stuff happened in the last series. But here we are, man. Welcome back, too. I know you were on vacation. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Good to be back. And I'll be back at Ballpark Tuesday. Looking forward to that. But, yeah, so we'll get into it. Start. So the losses swept at home by the Keys. Obviously sucked, but I'll get to these quick here. 7-2 first game, then 10-3, and 6-3. First game here, refresh your memory. Connor Holtz get the start for you guys. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. But I think the highlight was for the Keys, Jay Connor with 7 strong, 2 hits, no runs, 11 strikeouts. Kind of dominated you guys in that first game.
Yeah, man, he was good. That first game, though, we were coming off a road trip. Getting home at, I don't know, 6 in the morning, probably.
Yeah, back in West Virginia.
Yeah, so it's kind of tough to evaluate, these guys on that kind of travel. But, baseball, that's what we deal with. And we were, nothing less, just probably pretty fatigued that first game. So got dominated at the plate. Pitching wasn't as sharp. Connor Holtz, they were all pitching on 5 days rest. Most of the starters were for the first time. So didn't want to overextend them early. A lot of barrels were finding his pitches. So it's kind of one of those where you look to minimize, what's happening in the game. And for the most part, they did. But, long story short, Frederick was better, beat us 7-2. So we fast forward to the next day, and hopefully things turn around.
Yeah, next game was a 10-3 loss. This game starting was Brennan Parks going 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs. He pitched into the 5th inning. Yep, 5 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. You guys had a 1-run lead. Jackson Vanderbrake homered in the 1st, but then a big 5 spot there. Kind of got him ahead. It went up 7-2 en route to the 10-3 win here.
Yeah, Brandon pitched good. For 4 innings again. 5 days rest, road trip from hell, scheduling just terrible on their part. But anyway, they were all fatigued. So again, he got into the 5th, pitched pretty well, but kind of hit a wall. And we try to express to these guys to minimize damage. If you give up a run or 2, it's okay, keep us in the game. But that inning got away from him, and it was just unfortunate we couldn't recover from that one.
Yeah, it seemed like the play, you guys, not hits, 12 on base, so had opportunities in the game for offensively, just couldn't bring in more runs, had a couple homers this game. So Vanderbrake, Sullivan hit his first home run, bottom left field. But
yeah, man, it was some balls that were hit, plays were being made, but like I said, it all stems from pitching.
Yeah.
And guys being fatigued and learning how to still be able to execute when you're fatigued, and learning how to play when you're tired, and pitch when you're tired, get that extra out when you're being exhausted, because they did it, and some guys had some success. So it's just a learning experience for them. At the end of the day, you still gotta play the game. So
yep. Moving along to the finale, 6-3 game here, tight game. Score ended up being tight, but this one, Luke Longchamp started tonight. We'll get to him some more a little bit. Get 5 runs the first inning and came out. Bullpen, we'll get to it, pitched outstanding. 8 innings of 1-run ball. These guys just couldn't rally in that game.
Yeah, that was exactly what we didn't need, right? 5 runs in the first.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Luke, he was running through one of those phases where the ball was up, and he's not overpowering. So that's it's not a good combination for any pitcher against any team. So that was another thing where I kind of recognized early that it wasn't his day. So we chose to go to the bullpen immediately again, just to try to keep it from getting too crazy.
Yeah.
So and it worked, I guess, to some extent. I think we gave up one in the second.
Yeah, one in the second. We had Travis Bells through 4 innings, just 1 run. Carbone 2, scoreless. Bedford, new guy.
Yeah, the bullpen was lights out. I think did we have Labette through an inning in there too, I believe.
Yep.
They were all so good, and as a manager, you just kind of look at it and like, okay, sometimes it flips. Sometimes the starter will go 5-6 innings, and then the bullpen will struggle. But also, it could work the other way. Where you just have to learn when, for lack of having pitching, you want to extend them and get innings, but at the same time, we're at home, and it's we haven't played well at home, so it's trying to at least keep the fans interested. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So, but they pitched great. Bells was the MVP of that game. There's no doubt.
Yeah, we'll touch on Matt Bedford, a new reliever this past week. What have you seen?
We just got
outings.
Yeah, he just signed. So far, a couple good outings. Kept away for us, but he's done well, and you'll see more of him.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, so let's recap that series versus Frederick. Obviously tough, getting swept. Like I said, still struggling at home. Get the wins from home crowd. Hopefully that changes this coming week. Now, go into State College. You guys got on the bus yesterday and got down there. You played well there all year, first half, second half. Great success in State College, and it kept going this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. 3-1 win last night and 9-5 win tonight. Last night, 3-1 final score, like I said. Scored 2 runs in the second inning. C.J. Willis double. Jackson Tucker single. On the run in the fourth on Willis force out. Knocked in a run there. Pitching. Starting pitching, right? And that was huge. 8 Ks.
Yeah. Huge. That was it for us, too. It's been a long time. I don't even know if we've won a game that close, that low scoring. I'd have to, to jog my memory for me to remember us playing in a 3-1 ball game and being on the winning side of it. So it was nice to pitch that game, to get those couple runs, because that's a real baseball game. It was a good baseball game. It was intense. It was some good plays being made again, balls being hit hard. It was just a good win to have for morale too. You win a close game like that, it definitely shines some mojo on the team as a whole.
Yeah. 3-1 is 4 runs total, but 12 hits for the Spikes, 8 hits for you guys, Thunder. So a lot of base runners across the bases all game, but limited the runs scored.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you start to see how this league really functions. If you're giving up 12 hits a game, that means you must be keeping them in the park, and it must not be extra base hits, which, that's more than acceptable. That's what you're trying to stress to these hitters or pitchers, is that, you're not in the big leagues. You can give up. You could keep pounding and attacking the zone, and, 1 out of every 3 hitters is most likely going to get himself out. So, if not even more, 1 or less, every other hitter tends to do that. So it's just one of those pitching with confidence and the belief in your defense and not being afraid of contact. So, they're able to, it also shows how they pitched with runners in scoring position. That's a big thing. They were pretty solid this last 2 games.
Yeah, I want to ask you about, it's kind of like you said, huge morale, getting this win-tight game last night. It's kind of the message it was to the team after losing at home, then getting on that bus, going to State College, rough stretch, but what was kind of say to the team?
We were on that, we kind of drove in. I had to ask. I remember us grumpy yesterday once we got off the bus, just because, getting swept is not cool. Getting swept at home is even shittier. So I'm like, you know what? All about business. So yesterday we kind of carried in this attitude of like, all right, maybe some embarrassment, maybe, or wanted to take it out on somebody, but They came out and played really tough, really tough. The morale coming, into today was equally the same. Last night after the game, I was like, I gathered them all up, and I'm like, listen, it's a great win, but don't by any means, make the mistake of relaxing now, being content with that. Like, we just got swept. We've been getting our asses kicked at home.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to pay, and so I just challenged them to keep that same attitude when they woke up today. And again, man, they came focused, ready. The attention to detail was there for the most part. We had a couple mistakes in the game that didn't hurt us, but when you're doing things the right way in this game, it's like it will reward you.
Yeah, totally. Before we get more into tonight, I want to ask bullpen. Dozy Drakeford pitched sixth and seventh inning, scoreless, and then JJ Almeida again continues that streak. Final 2 innings.
What are his stats?
It's
something. They're gross.
It's now 17 2/3, scoreless, 27 strikeouts.
That's and how many walks? Like 5, 6 walks?
8 walks.
Oh.
1.13 whip.
That's gross, dude. And how many saves? I mean, we don't have any wins, but he's probably had how many outings?
He's been credited with a win, 2 saves. I think on today's stats on Draft League.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I'd actually text our new president last night after those 2 innings that he pitched, and I'm like, what do we got to do to get this guy an opportunity in affiliated ball? Because how much can he dominate before somebody just notices and he's like, hey, this guy can pitch.
Yeah,
he misses barrels. He's not afraid of the big moment, and his stuff is really good.
Yeah. I watched the final 2 innings on the live stream. I saw in an 8th inning, the strikeout. I think he had a big relay in there on he ran to Marinac to Sullivan, put down a run.
Yeah, that was a big play, man. Like I said, we were making plays. Maybe a bit of a questionable base running mistake by them, but we didn't let them capitalize on it. So we capitalized on their mistake, and that's another part of, other team can make mistakes, but unless you execute as well, it doesn't matter.
Yep. And so he struck out in the 8th inning, a little fired up there, a little drawing. Then 9th inning, struck out at the end of the game, fired up.
Oh yeah, got a little heated there. JJ let out some emotion, and their hitter took offense to it. I told you it was an intense game, man. It was we wanted it. We had that chip on our shoulder. JJ was the epitome of that last night. And I don't, promote or condone, saying anything to the opposing team, but you're in competition, and I understand where that came from for him.
Yeah. It's part of it, coming out there. Like I said, and back to him, I just got started sending out video to more people, I guess. I mean, you have more. Just keep telling people about him.
Yeah, man. I guess we're going to keep talking about him. I mean, you can't ignore it. It's got to be approaching a record, too, I would think.
Yeah.
The draft league, anyway.
Got to be, for sure.
Got to be.
Yeah.
17, straight, nothing. I mean, that's crazy.
No runs credited him.
Nah, dude. And the only ones were sudden deaths, isn't that
funny?
Which don't count.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome. But
so, yeah, we continue to try to protect him and keep him in high leverage situations where when we're gonna win because he's an automatic,
Yes, sir. We're going into tonight's game, 9-5 to win. I'll start with Luke Longchamp. Talked about him a little bit already, but bounce back, get to start tonight after we said 1 inning Friday, 5 runs. He goes 5 strong today, getting the win. How big was that for him and the team? I mean, both.
That was huge, man. He was tailing 2 different guys there, and I think just getting out of that first inning, was huge for him. It seems funny, but like, yeah, he went one of the last time, so getting out in the first was big, haha. But it's not even that. He had to develop belief in himself again. Confidence had been low, and he stepped up big time. And considering through 2 days ago, that was solid by him.
Yes, sir. Scoring wise, you guys got 2 1/3 to go ahead. Jared Beebe single, Conor Marinak's single, 2-1 after 3, and big 4-run, 4th inning. Donovan Cash double, Gap bringing in Uran, Billy Sullivan, bunt, an error on that play, reached, Cash scored, Beebe sack flying in, Conor Marinak single as well, and that 4-run 4th, go ahead 6-1. A big, nice cushion, nice lead there halfway through the game.
Yeah, it was good, man. Beebe pitched well, tight game. You knew it was going to be a close one, and then, you put pressure on the team. You never know what can happen. It's happened to us as well, and that's what we did tonight. We were able to have really strong at-bats. Tough outs. Even the outs were, quality at-bats. Barrels, hits, timely hits, Donovan Cash, with a big double. And somebody new every night, if not all of them. It's not very often you get all your hitters banging up on the same night, but we have a pretty solid group of guys hitting, so they put it together tonight.
Yeah, ask about catcher Billy Sullivan tonight. Hasn't played much, but got a nice base it the other way. Caught the whole game tonight. So Billy.
Yeah. Billy I think was back to himself tonight. I think being in Billy's situation as a backup catcher is tough to get a rhythm. And we talked this week about him just relaxing, being himself. He's going to be the number 2 catcher regardless, so he can just kind of get a sense of when he's going to, play and just kind of accept that role. And I think maybe it took a little pressure off him because he seemed to be, a little more relaxed, but at the same time, a little more locked in,
Yeah.
Good feel for the game, had some really good at-bats. So, I was happy to see that with him for sure.
It's awesome. Pitching-wise, at bullpen after Luke, inning apiece, Carbone, starter Brennan Parks got him a nice inning in there, clean. Miles Garrett and Xavier Levet.
Yeah, so, let me start again. We've been on a, 12 or 13 game stretch.
Yeah, 13.
But we ran most of it with 11 pitchers, which I don't think many teams can survive that, especially with the amount of losses that we have had. So, having Parks in the bullpen, Levet in the bullpen for an inning is huge. Having guys like Carbone and Drake Almeida throwing, every other day or 3 innings in 3 days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These guys have stepped up big time just to help each other out. Parks was solid. Carbone was really good again. He's been on some real heater lately. He's throwing the ball well. Parks came in, and I'll tell you what, he looked really good. Coming out of the pen, nothing, wasn't trying to overdo anything. He was really sharp. Got Miles Garrett in there to get work in, and we gave up a couple of runs that were unearned, but I'm sure he wouldn't be satisfied with that out anyway. But then, Levet, who didn't have it tonight, but fortunately for us, we had a cushion lead, and it didn't matter. So that was more like a one game.
Yeah, definitely. And, the runs in 8th were unearned. Doing Vandenbrink at error, but then he bounced back. Nice plays in 9th inning there. Just watching real nice plays.
Yeah, man, he made that. That first out inning was tremendous.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a big league play right there, dude. The throw was crazy. It's crazy how much he got on that throw, and accurate. So that was huge start tonight, absolutely. Then he made that other little glove flip play.
Yeah.
So he showed some real good athleticism over there. And again, fun to watch.
Yes, sir. So they got a couple runs there, a few runs late, but you had a cushion and a win 9-4. Hits 13-12. Thunder 9-5 get the sweep, 2 game sweep over the Spikes. Improved down to 11-13 after rough stretch losing. Get these 2 wins back to back, going in the big needed off day. You guys are all much needed, right? Tired, exhausted. 13 straight games on the road, at home, traveling.
Yeah, man, it'll be nice. We're already relaxed, I think, heading home on the bus right now. Everybody kind of saw the finish line. Rest, relaxation, kind of reset. And then, don't rest for the week or two, so we'll be right back at it. Tuesday at home. And I wouldn't say with pressure on us, but I know for me personally, like, I'm not going to be in a very good mood until we can start playing better at home.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yep. I guess, like I said, we're standings here 11-13, 19 games left in the season. We're chasing West Virginia, still playing great ball, 17-6. What can you say about final 19 games? Right, want to get back right at home, win at home. It seems like the most important thing right now. It's next thing up for you guys, and just want to continue to stretch.
Yeah, it's a long. We got 19 games left to get better.
Yeah,
and that's all we're going to look at it. We'll focus on ourselves. West Virginia, they're just a really good team, and we have a really good team that's got momentum. I mean, it's hard to beat. So, but it is baseball, and everything kind of comes full circle. So you just never know what'll happen. Everybody's pretty competitive. We get swept by Frederick in their last place, and then we sweep St. Paul's. So it's kind of competitive, and I think West Virginia will have their time too. And it might be against who knows.
Yeah, you guys will take on Williamsport. The 3 games starting on Tuesday night at home, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then go out to West Virginia next weekend. West Virginia will play State College this week. How's this? I mean, 1 game at a time, like I said, right? That's all you can do.
Yeah,
get better.
I look forward to the West Virginia series, though. We got hosts on call about there too.
Yeah.
So it just seems like we're not only against another team, but the umpires too, and we're persevering though. So I see that everybody's, they're not happy about it, but I've got a bunch of men over here that are like, all right, we're just adapting over it. Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, Trav.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap it up here. But guys, good talking to you, back safely, get rested up, everything ahead of
Yes, sir.
back home at the ballpark Tuesday. Looking forward to being back there myself with you guys, covering the game, covering the team. So thanks. Safe travels. Good luck, and see you Tuesday at the ballpark. Thanks, Shawn.
Right on, Trav. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Of course.